my friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be another Sew With Me Saturday. Today we are doing a quick and easy project. We are making pot holders. Very quick, very easy, and once again, all straight seams. I told you I like sewing things that are quick and easy and give me instant gratification, and this is one of them. So let's get started on this Sew With Me Saturday and get a couple pot holders made. And don't forget to hang around because I will be revealing the name of the winner of the tote bag from the last Sew With Me Saturday. What we need for this project, we need some cotton material, some quilting cotton works beautifully. I'm just using some scraps I had on hand. So I have two different ones, like they kind of coordinate. I have a dark plain maroon and then this striped one. It just needs to be big enough to cut out two 9x9 squares. Of course, you're going to need your sewing machine and you'll need thread to match. And then you're going to need some thermal batting. This is called Insulbrite, and you can hear it. It sounds crinkly. It's because there's actually metal. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. There's actually metal in there. So these pot holders are not microwavable because there's metal in the batting, because this is insulated batting so you don't burn your hand. So we're also going to need two 9x9 squares of that. So we're just going to start by cutting our fabric. I have it laid out on my cutting mat, and I'm going to use my rotary cutter to just cut two 9x9 squares. Easy peasy. We're going to do that with both fabrics because we are making two pot holders, and we are also going to do that with the batting. Now, you can cut the batting exactly 9x9, or you can cut it like 8 7/8. It's better to have the fabric just a teeny tiny, either exactly the same size or a teeny tiny bit bigger than the batting, just because it's easier when you sew it together. We just made it on this one. So we're just going to cut our squares out of this. And then I'm going to cut our batting, and then I will show you how to stack it all together. I think I misspoke. We need 4 squares of the insulated batting, not just 2. We need 2 squares per pot holder. So we're going to assemble the pot holders now. Oh, and you can also, if you want, I don't want to because my pot holders sit in a drawer. I don't hang them anywhere. You can take a little piece of fabric and make a loop and sew that inside if you like to hang your pot holders, but I don't, so I don't. So we're gonna lay a piece of the insulated batting down. And on top of it, we're gonna add one of the fabric squares right side up. And then we're gonna add the other fabric square right side down. Now, if it's directional fabric like this is, make sure it's going in the same direction. And then on top of that, you're going to add your last piece of batting. So basically you have a fabric sandwich. Batting, right side up, wrong side up, and batting. And now we're gonna go around and we're gonna pin it all together. If you were making a loop on it, this is where you'd put your loop in. You would just put it right in the corner here between the 2 pieces and pin that in. Now we are going to just pin it all the way around, and on one of the sides, I'm going to double pin and leave a 2 to 3 inch opening. The double pins just let me know that I need to sew differently there because we need to turn this right side out. So we need a open space about 2 to 3 inches to do that. So I like to double pin it because once I start sewing, I just go and I forget. So we're just gonna pin it all the way around, all 4 sides. And make sure, because you're using cotton material, make sure that you wash, dry, and iron your material to allow for any shrinkage before you start a sewing project. Okay, so there we go. We have all of it pinned, and over where the double pins are, we're gonna start sewing at this one. Just go all the way around and then stop sewing there so we can turn it right side out. So I'm gonna get the other one pinned and we're gonna take it to the machine. It is time to sew this baby together. So we're gonna start at the bottom of one of the sets of 2 pins and go all the way around until we reach the other 2 pins. I'm using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And as always, back stitching when I start, just to lock those seams in. When I get to a corner, I stop, make sure my needle's all the way down, release the foot, turn the material, and put the foot back down. That way I don't have to stop, I don't have to cut, I don't have to start over. And we are at the second set of pins, so I'm just gonna back stitch and then take it out, cut, remove all the pins. I could have done this while I was sewing as I was going around, but I was in a rhythm, so I didn't. Now I'm just going to take my scissors and trim any excess. I'm going to get close to the stitches, but I'm not going to cut them, because that's the last thing you want to do. But you don't want a lot of excess bulk in there either. Just go all the way around until it's nice and trimmed up. And then we're going to take our opening and we're going to start turning it right side out. You just have to be careful, take your time. It is bulky. I don't like to leave too big of an opening. See, not too bad at all. You want to make sure you really get in there and push those corners out. I'm just using my fingers. You could go in there with a chopstick or a knitting needle or a crochet hook. I'm just using my fingers. There we go. So now what we need to do is we need to close this opening. So to do that, I'm going to trim this just a little bit. I did not trim where the opening was. I like to wait until I have it turned right side just to make sure I have enough. And I'm not trimming the fabric, just the few, you know, the stuffing. And then we're just gonna turn this in, make it nice and even. I'm gonna throw a pin in there because I feel better throwing a pin in there. Make sure it's just really nice and even and it looks good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to top stitch it all the way around, all 4 sides. This is just going to give it a nice finished look, and it's going to close that opening. Okay, I didn't do it as nice as I had hoped. Let me just adjust a little bit. Okay, our top stitching is all done, so we're just going to trim it up nice. You can wait till the end to trim it up. I like to trim as I go. Now we are almost done. Now we don't want the batting in the middle, the thermal batting, to move around. So we're just going to quilt this a little bit. Now this is where you can get creative. You can go as simple as doing a big X from corner to corner. You can do lines going this way and make it checkered. You can do, I've seen like a line here, then a line close, then a line here, then a line close, and then the same way down to almost make it look like check. Yeah, these are pot holders for my kitchen, so I'm not getting that involved. I think what I'll do is I'll go corner to corner in a big X first of all. And I'm not even gonna mark this. I'm gonna eyeball it, so God only knows how it's gonna turn out. Whoops, I didn't start enough on the fabric. Go backwards, and then, and it is pretty thick, so you need to go slow, you need to guide it. And like I said, I didn't mark this. I am eyeballing corner to corner. Trim it up. Ooh, looking good. Now I'm going to go the other corner to corner. And there you go. Now I could get fancy and go this way and this way. You know, you can do anything you want. But this is a nice, thick pot holder. It'll be great to use as a pot holder, but also really good to use just as a hot pad on your table. You know what? I'm gonna just eyeball it and go right through the middle, because this is kind of fun. And then one more down the middle the other way, and it'll be done. These would make fantastic Christmas gifts. You can make them to match, you know, your friends or your family's kitchens. You can also use the exact same method to make like a big trivet, like to hold a casserole dish on the table, like a nice big hot pad. Just cut it in a bigger size. So there you have it. There is our quick, oh, I picked up some scraps that were on the table and sewed them right into it. How funny is that? Oh my God, only me, only me. There we go. I'll just run my seam over that one more time. See, that's what happens when you leave all your scraps sitting here in front of you instead of putting them in the trash can. But there it is. There is our cute little pot holder. And that is how easy it was. Can you see I'm being lazy and not changing the camera? That's it for this Sew With Me Saturday. Honestly, guys, really super simple and a lot of fun to make because you can get creative with it. You know, depending on the fabric that you use, depending on the stitching that you do afterwards. And like I said, you don't have to get fancy. I just did the little star design. I was just gonna do an X and then decided to throw some more in there. But you can get as plain or as fancy as you like. And I'm gonna do this one, of course, but off camera because it's the same exact thing. But like how pretty, a little matching set of pot holders. Put them in a little basket with maybe some spices or a dish towel, something like that. It makes a cute little Christmas gift for, you know, someone that you just give little gifts to, or just to have a couple around for a hostess gift or whatever. So that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see me make. I'm hoping to do, actually this week we were supposed to do 3 little things, but I'm trying to keep these a little shorter. I know that's hard for me. I was gonna do coasters along with this, but to be honest with you, a coaster is the exact same thing, except instead of the, why cannot I remember that name? The Insulbright, the, you know, stuff inside. Instead of that, I use terry cloth. I use just old, either old beach towels or old bath towels. Yeah, I use 2 layers of terry cloth inside of my coasters. And they're really cute and I can make them for every room of my house. So you can do that. I mean, you can take this pattern and pretty much make anything. Like I said, I made one that was a little bit bigger than 13 by 9. I guess it was like 14 by 10. So it was a little bit larger than a 9 by 13 casserole dish. I put that on the table and put my hot casserole dish on there. So yeah, you can make pretty much anything with this same pattern. So let me know in the comments below if you think maybe you could make some of these for gifts. Let me know what else you want me to make. I would like to make an apron for you because that is another great gift and they're pretty easy. It's 1 yard of fabric. I think it's called the Magic Apron. I'm not sure. I've made a ton of them, but it's 1 yard of fabric and you can use any kind of fabric. If I'm making like a holiday one, like Christmas or Halloween or something, I just usually use a cheaper quilting cotton because I figure it's only for a holiday. If I'm making an everyday apron, I try to buy like a home decor fabric, like the same thing I make the tote bags out of, because it's a little bit heavier, or like a duck canvas or an outdoor fabric. It's heavier and it washes up really nice and holds its shape well. So that's going to be coming up. So if you would like to make that along with me next time you're in the fabric store, look for some fabric that you like and we'll definitely do that. So that is it. Thank you so very much for, oh, no, it's not it. The winner of the tote bag. Yes, let's go do that right now. I am going to use a random comment picker on my computer and I will throw up the picture, that doesn't sound good. Put up the picture of the winner on the screen right here. Well, there you saw it. The winner is Kelly. So Kelly, if you could please shoot me an email at jonespointedplate@gmail.com and let me know your mailing address. I will get this bag out to you as soon as possible. Thanks again, everyone, for all the comments, and look for another Sew With Me Saturday giveaway coming up in the next couple weeks. Have a great day, and thanks again for watching.